I am not a millionaire and neither am I a billionaire. But I recently discovered something about money that I want to share with you. And if you listen carefully, everything will start shifting for you bit by bit, but surely it will start shifting. And without any further ado, let's get into the video of the day. So, let's talk about money, okay? So what most people don't know about money is that money is energy, same as of everything else. So when we talk about energy, we mean that everything is made up of energy, meaning everything to its fundamental core is simply energy. Even the things which you see as physical matter, when you look deeper or when you go deeper into them, you'll find that they're just particles moving and it's just energy in it, okay? So money is no different from everything else. Money is just energy. And if you know what energy is, you will know that energy follows some specific principles and guidelines, okay? And if you master those principles of energy, you will master the energy itself, okay? So one rule or one principle of energy is that we have what we call the law of flow, okay? What is the law of flow? Or what is the principle of flow? The principle of flow is, in order for you to receive, you must give. Yeah, and that is even what happens when we breathe in and when we breathe out. You cannot breathe in if you do not breathe out. You will go out of breath. And you cannot breathe out if you don't breathe in. They go in tandem. So in order for you to receive, you must give. And that is the law of the universe. Because when you give, you receive. Okay, it's like a flow. It's more of a flow. That kind of flow. You give, so you receive. Okay, so you have to learn how to relate with money, because how you relate with money is how money is going to relate with you. Or in other words, how you relate to energy is how energy is going to relate unto you. So this is how I used to relate to money, and this is what was causing me to lack money and to not even be able to cater my needs, okay? So how I was raised up, this is how I was raised up. I was raised up in a family background whereby we believed that money is scarce, okay? And when you believe money is scarce, what you do is you try to hold on to that money. You try to keep that money. So you avoid spending, or when you or even when you spend from the emotional point of view of fear and of anxiety. So how I was brought up, I was brought up to look at money as if it's scarce. So anytime that I was about to make a transaction, I used to feel that fear. There is that anxiousness, like I'm going to lose this money, I'm not going to make any more money. You know what I mean? Yeah, that kind of feeling. So what I did not know at the time is that this kind of emotional feeling behind the transaction created what we call a pattern, okay? Because the more you do something, the more a pattern is created. So the pattern I created is the pattern of what? Of scarcity, whereby I would hold on to money, and even if I had some needs I needed to take care of, I would postpone some of those needs. I would feel as if I'm losing the money, and guess what? That caused what we call a blockage in the flow, okay? Because I was holding on to that money, I was not willing to let it go. And it's not even letting it go. I was not willing to give it in order to receive the benefit or the exchange of the value I wanted. Remember, money is just an exchange medium. It's a medium of exchange whereby I want to have this, so I'll give the money in exchange for that. So that kind of relationship with money really messed me up, because I would lack money, I would be broke most of the time, and that is what really happened, okay? So I came to realize something as I was watching one video of another person that I really look up to. I realized something, that if money is energy, how I relate to money is how money will relate to me. So this is how I counteracted that. I realized that whenever I was about to spend, I would feel that fear and that anxiousness. So this is what I made my mind up to do. I did this. Whenever I would make a transaction, I was very mindful to see how I was feeling about the transaction. So if I caught myself feeling fearful, or if I caught myself feeling anxious, I would make up my mind to counteract that feeling by affirming or by deciding that this transaction I will approach it through the point of view of courage, through the point of view of love, through the point of view of joy. I would look at the transaction as not me losing money, but as me getting the value or getting the thing that I want. So I changed my transactions from the point of fear and anxiety to the point of excitement. Okay, so anytime that I spend money, I would feel excited because I am taking care of my needs. I will be grateful that I am even able to have that money to take care of my needs. I will not think about what's going to happen next, but I was in that moment and grateful and excited for having that money and even being able to make that transaction. So the more I did this, the more I started to reprogram my subconscious from viewing money as something which is scarce and starting viewing money as just something which is a medium of exchange. And guess what? The more I did this, the more my needs were met, and the more I never lacked money, and the more I started having more income or more cash flow into my life. And this is not something which I'm making up. A lot of people can attest to this, okay? We want to become rich, we want to become successful, but we don't know that rich people actually spend more, or they have a broad range of things that they can spend on. So the more I approached transactions in this point of view, guess what? I got more cash flow, I did not run broke, and all my needs were met. And that's why I told you, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not a billionaire. But one thing I am really sure of is that I lack nothing. All my needs are met because I have understand that money is an energy, and how I relate to it is how it relates to me. So that is the same thing I want you to do. So whenever you're about to make a transaction, I want you to observe what your mind tells you about the transaction. Do you hear that anxious voice inside your head telling you that you will lose this money, you will not get any more money, this money is going to run out, how will you get more money, how will you do this, how will you do that? That is all the chit chat of the mind, because the mind wants to trick you that if you use the money, you won't get the money. But the thing is, the mind is just scared of the unknown, because you've been so used to doing something. When you even think of doing something, when you think of doing something differently, your mind goes all over the place. It cannot accept that fact. So whenever you're making a transaction, observe how you feel about it, and then make a conscious decision to actually approach the transaction in a positive way. And the more you do this, the more you start to have a great relationship with money, and you'll never run out of money, because money is abundant. Same as of everything. Everything is abundant. There is more than enough for everyone. And if you embody that mindset, you will never run out of money. And if you've watched this video up until this end, I want to say thank you. Please don't forget to like, because it helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and also like and also share the video. And if you've not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed, and stay awakened.